grants like this coming into Newcastle County and their leadership to get those grants here, and Lori Kane's expertise in writing them, that helps us make it work. We've actually been able to increase public safety in a time where other departments around the country are laying people off. We hope to have more police on the street in the next year than we've ever had in Newcastle County. More 911 call takers and more paramedics. The whole public safety family.
One of the great things I think the federal government has done in the last few years is to step up and provide continued funding for critical facilitation of investment in things like the equipment and training that JAG grants make possible, that otherwise would frankly be zeroed out by local budgets and that otherwise would go by the wayside.
Over the 8 years, we've got $3.5 million of these funds into Newcastle County, and they have made a difference. And without them, in these times especially, I don't know what some of the things we would have to cut out.
Since 2005, this money has been going forward. Lake County Executive Clark said we have over $3.5 million as a result of money that's earmarked to help us, because that money is not out there for most counties, cities, and states right now, where we're asked to do things in a much leaner budget. So this is a huge benefit. We're able to hire people. We're able to do training. I'm allowed to do targeted overtime in crime-ridden areas. So it's huge.
This year, some of these funds are focusing on case processing, on corrections, on drug treatment, on detention facilities. There was one in particular that stood out, which was hiring a new examiner to reduce the backlog of ballistics examinations. It's exactly the sort of thing that in budget-constrained times doesn't get attention. But if you don't have quick clearance of ballistics examinations, you can have 4 completely, apparently unrelated shootings that were all committed by the same criminal. And if you don't find that out for 6 months or a year, you've lost the opportunity to close the case. And if you find that out in a short period of time, or if you can clear a backlog, you can make a critical difference.
Crime is actually down in Newcastle County, and the clearance rate is one of the highest in the nation. And that's because we've been able to use some of these effectively. Now, having said that, one crime's too many, especially if it's someone you know, or anyone out in Newcastle County. So we're constantly, diligently trying to make sure that we can eliminate as much crime as possible. And this year's grants will go to some really good stuff.
We always have our wish list because it's something that we don't count on, because we know as hard as our delegation fights for this money that it might be just a stroke of a pen that makes it go away. So we always have the wish list side of things, and we know actually what we can do. But I can tell you, if we don't have this will almost shut down any type of discretionary training that I might or could send people to, and in cutting edge technology that we might be interested in.
With federal dollars that help make possible the kinds of things that this year's Burn JAG grants are going to do, we can strengthen the coordination between local agencies, and we can extend their reach.